Good afternoon, hurricanes. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. I'm Juliette Valle.
And I'm Justice Johnson. We begin today with the raging Russian invasion continuing, a Supreme Court nomination that could make the history books.
Tornadoes in Texas now tearing across the country, and one special moment for special cheerleaders. So don't go anywhere because Newsbreak starts right now. There is no mercy in Mariupol, Ukraine, as the Russian military recently raged through it, capturing thousands of residents and shipping them back to Russia. President Biden is now on his way to Brussels today in response to share his plan with allies about new sanctions and aid for Ukraine. Satellite images show fire, building destruction, and more after Russian forces took control of the city's left bank neighborhood on Tuesday. The city once contained more than 450,000 residents, but now it only contains rubble. The U.S. State Department says it is time to end the conflict.
The United States fully supports today's...
This is a constantly developing story, and we will keep you updated on what Russia does next. From Teslas to tweets, it looks like Elon Musk is preparing to take on yet another endeavor. Twitter spokespeople say the company is selling out to Elon Musk for a $44 billion price tag. This move may grow the billionaire's business empire and put the world's richest man in control of one of the world's most prominent social media platforms. According to the provisions of the contract, shareholders will get just over $54 in cash for each share of the Twitter stock they own. This matches Musk's initial offer and means a nearly 40% profit over the stock price the day before Musk showed interest in the company. Twitter's board of directors say they were skeptical of the deal. They wanted proof Musk could fund the purchase before they met on Sunday to consider his offer. The board approved the deal unanimously, and analysts say the deal will close later this year, but some of them say it could still fall through. Musk is prominent on Twitter with over 83 million followers. He uses the platform for everything from sharing memes and promoting his businesses to disparaging politicians. And members of Congress have mixed reactions to the deal. Musk has been using Twitter for years to publicly convey his thoughts on the social media company he has now offered to acquire. The direction he intends to take the site remains to be seen, but one thing is for certain. This is a new era for Twitter.
Hello everyone, I am Juliette Valle.
And I'm Gabby Ramsey. Welcome to a brand new edition of Influencer Update. I can't believe the Los Angeles Rams beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Well, it looks like Los Angeles Rams player Jake Funk had a good luck charm on his side.
A romantic good luck charm that is. Hannah Ann Sluice posted a story of her and Funk shortly before the Super Bowl and shared it to her story, confirming the relationship to the public.
The former Bachelor winner showed off her game day look in a mirror selfie, as well as a picture of her purse that was adorned with rhinestones in the shape of the number 34, Funk's number.
Stop, that is adorable.
I know, right? Even though this is their first official appearance as a couple, social media has suspected the two of them were an item for some time now.
And for all you Bachelor fans out there, you will remember Hannah Ann from Peter Weber's season of The Bachelor in 2020. Even though she won his season and walked away with an engagement ring, things got rocky for the couple after the filming ended.
Let's just say Pete made things very messy when he pursued the runner-up, Madison Pruitt, leaving Hannah Ann heartbroken.
Well, talk about an upgrade.
We now turn to our reporter Juliette Valle for an update on a fiery happening in Florida. Juliette?
We've heard of hurricanes happening in Florida, but what about wildfires? Florida firefighters are currently fighting severe wildfires spanning 3 counties in the Florida Panhandle. According to the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, the fires began in Gulf County and has spread to the adjacent Bay and Calhoun counties just east of Panama City, a prominent vacation and spring break spot. The Florida Forest Service says the Bertha Swamp Road fire, the state's most visible wildfire, surged from 9,000 acres on Sunday to 14,000 acres Monday. Firefighters say only 10% of it is under control. People fled more than 1,000 homes in the area. Jessica Hogan was one of them.
It was terrible.
On Saturday, Governor Ron DeSantis declared a state of emergency in all 3 counties, saying, quote, "Right now, the main focus is, of course, getting the fire contained, but we are marshaling assets and we will provide whatever the folks here in Northwest Florida need." DeSantis says that extra support has been sent to the area to help contain the fires, but according to the Florida Forest Service, there are over 160 wildfires burning in Florida right now with no end in sight. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Juliette, our newly crowned Miss Miami.
Good afternoon, I'm Jared Maloney.
And I'm Juliette Valle. We start today off with a court fight instead of a sword fight for actor Johnny Depp. One bill in Orlando causing trouble in the most magical place on earth. Netflix streaming services is needing its own movie miracle.
One senator's viral speech on social media, and Queen Elizabeth is now a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Stay tuned because Newsbreak starts right now.
Is there a new Barbie girl in town? Or Barbie queen, I should say. Queen Elizabeth II has been commemorated with a Barbie doll produced in her likeness in celebration of her 96th birthday and Platinum Jubilee, which marks her 70th year on the throne. The Queen Elizabeth II Barbie wears a magnificent ivory gown with a blue ribbon embellished with royal ornaments inspired by one of her most recognizable looks. Her regal wardrobe is complemented with a magnificent tiara and matching accessories. The doll, which costs $75, may be the closest most people will get to obtaining a replica of the Queen's famous French tiara. The gold, silver, and diamond-encrusted crown, which was first worn on her wedding day to Prince Philip in 1947, is thought to be worth approximately $9 million. Even the packaging is regal, featuring a portrayal of a throne room inspired by Buckingham Palace to commemorate the Queen's ascension to the throne in 1952. This is the company's first doll created in the likeness of a living royal, and you can find the doll on Amazon or in stores like Walmart and Target. Before we go, our weather reporter Quinn Davidson has your weekend weather forecast. Quinn, what can we expect?
Well, you can expect both back to you guys at the desk.
Well, Jared, in case it rains, you can stay in and play with your brand new Queen Elizabeth II Barbie doll.
I didn't know you were getting me one.
It was a surprise. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on Monday for our next episode in the studio.
Have a great weekend, Hurricanes.
Good afternoon, Hurricanes. Thank you for joining us. Today is Friday, February 25th, 2022. I'm Juliette Valle.
And I'm Dal Creary. We start off today with updates on the Russian invasion in Ukraine. Justice isn't over yet for George Floyd.
One family reunion 70 years in the making, and hitting the highway in protest. Plus, we'll have your weekend weather, so don't go anywhere because Newsbreak starts right now. Is it the start of World War III? U.S. intelligence officials now say they fear Russian soldiers will overtake the Ukrainian capital within days. This comes on the heels of people in Ukraine sheltering in subways and trying to flee the country after Russian bombings and troops marching on Ukrainian cities. President Biden says it is a, quote, a war Putin chose. After months of building tensions, Putin's forces finally invaded Ukraine on February 24th, launching missiles at cities, airports, and military facilities. According to the Ukrainian government, Russian tanks and personnel surged across the border, attacking citizens, killing dozens of people attempting to evacuate. Ukraine is now under a state of emergency and has cut diplomatic ties with Russia. With more possible attacks to come, Ukrainian officials are distributing guns to anyone who requests them. World leaders in the G7 and NATO met Wednesday and agreed to retaliate against Russia's aggression. President Joe Biden says there will be, quote, severe new penalties. Putin is suggesting he might be open to negotiations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Influencer Update. I'm your host, Gabriella Ramsey.
And I'm Juliette Valle, and we have got a lot to cover today in this final edition of Influencer Update, so be sure to stick around for all the tea.
That's right, Juliette. Sophia Richie just revealed her engagement in one of the most shocking Instagram posts of the year, capturing the photo quote, "Forever isn't long enough" at Elliot.
Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. And the two were spotted at the Four Seasons in Hualalai where Elliot proposed. The engagement looked very intimate. It was so beautiful.
Can we also talk about that ring? It's stunning. I want one of those.
Oh, you can say that again.
So who do you think has more potential to be a power couple?
Ben and JLo all the way.
I couldn't ship them harder.
Well, sadly, that's all the time we have for today, but it has been a great semester.
I wouldn't want to have had to co-host with anyone else.
Same here, Gabby. It's been a pleasure. And stay safe and back to the desk. Texans are cleaning up after a whirlwind of events following a storm system unleashing 25 tornadoes across the state on Monday. This includes 2 causing serious damage to more than 1,000 homes after generating additional twisters Tuesday as it moved east, wreaking havoc on Mississippi. As of 7 p.m. Tuesday, the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center says they documented 18 tornadoes heading east. Plus, the National Weather Service reported that a, quote, large and extremely destructive tornado struck the New Orleans area. Tornado warnings were in effect for eastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, a majority of Alabama, and a stretch of the Florida Panhandle. The tornadoes have left around 52,000 people without power, nearly 32,000 of them in Texas alone, according to PowerOutage.us. In the aftermath of Monday's torrential downpours, Texas Governor Greg Abbott declared the area a disaster. Abbott says that it is a marvel more people were not injured, especially at places like Jacksboro Elementary School, where several students were seeking shelter after the auditorium was substantially wrecked by the storm.
Back to you guys at the desk.
What an awesome opportunity for them. I'm so excited.
And they're doing it in the happiest place on earth.
That's all we have time for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you back in the studio on Friday for our next episode.
Have a great week back to class, Hurricanes, and go Canes in the NCAA Sweet 16 on Friday.
We now turn to our reporter Juliette Valle, who has updates on Trump Jr.'s text messages about the 2020 election being leaked. Juliette?
Thanks, guys. A newly released text chain from Donald Trump Jr. shows he was scheming to overturn election results days before the votes were fully counted. The House Select Committee investigating January 6 obtained text messages sent to House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows on November 5th. It lays out a strategy to keep Trump in office. This plan included filing lawsuits and advocating recounts to stop swing states from certifying their results, and have Republican state houses send, quote, fake Trump electors to Washington. Trump and his supporters executed many tactics similar to what was written in these texts. But Trump Jr.'s lawyer claims the message probably originated from someone else, and his client only forwarded it to Meadows. This is a developing story, so until we find out more, I'm Juliette Valle. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Juliette.
And Good afternoon, Hurricanes. Today is Friday, April 29th, 2022. I'm Juliette Valle.
And I'm Zachary Levy. We start today off with the Tesla takeover of Twitter, anti-Semitic acts against one frat at Rutgers, and a decline in COVID and the economy.
One homeowner teeing up a legal fight over golf balls, and baseball bats are hitting and thinking pink. Plus a first look at your weekend weather, so don't go away because news break starts right now. Money talks, and Alex Turr talks about it. We now turn to our reporter Alex Turr to tell us about the economic state of the U.S. Alex?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Alex. Baseball is batting up with pink bats. The famous bat company Louisville Slugger is hard at work producing pink bats for Major League Baseball players to use on Mother's Day. It's all a part of the Going to Bat Against Breast Cancer campaign. This is the factory's 16th year producing bats to promote awareness for breast cancer, encourage screenings, and raise funds for research. Many MLB stars will use the colored bats during Mother's Day games. This A-list group of athletes includes former University of Louisville baseball star and Los Angeles Dodger Will Smith, Atlanta Braves' Adam Duvall, Texas Rangers' Nick Solak, Chicago White Sox' Adam Engel, and several others. But you don't have to be a pro ball player to get in on the fun. The company also makes miniature bats which anyone can buy at the Louisville Slugger Museum's online store. All sales proceeds will be donated to charities fighting against breast cancer, making it a home run for everyone.
Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jared. Well, let's hope the weather is beautiful because even though we only have 2 more weeks, I'm a Florida girl and I'm going to be stuck here all summer, so I'm hoping it's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going back to California. We're only here for 2 more weeks. That's all we have for today, and join us back in the studio for our last episode of the semester on Monday.
Have a great weekend, Hurricanes, and good luck studying for finals.
Not the only influencer that has undergone a major life change.
That's right, because now Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have added an adorable new member to the family.
Kylie, who routinely keeps her pregnancy life a secret, posted her and her newborn holding hands with a caption of a blue heart on February 6th.
Kylie announced the baby's name via an Instagram story with the words Wolf Webster.
Kylie, I have got to admit, you are really good at name picking, but what's the story behind Wolf?
Gabby, the shade.
It wasn't shade. I am more than ecstatic for their family and can't wait to see Stormy playing with her sibling. Also, can we agree we cannot wait to see this outfit the baby wears?
Oh, I'm right there with you, Gabby. But sadly, that is all the time we have for today.
See you on the next edition of Influencer Update.
Back to the desk. Thanks, Alex. COVID mandates have wheels of controversy turning, literally. This week, a convoy of trucks left San Bernardino, California, heading towards Washington, D.C. The miles are not only fueled by gas, but by the participants' strong belief against COVID-19 restrictions. They plan to arrive March 5th and shut down the Capitol Beltway in protest against all mask and vaccine mandates. One truck driver describes their mission.
We're just trying to be informative people. It's a peaceful.
They reached D.C. Truckers have been met with praise and scorn along their journey.
And now a new
Juliette and Daryl, back to you all.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a great weekend to hit the beach.
And just in time for the Mardi Gras celebrations.
Absolutely. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you back in the studio on Monday.
Have a great weekend, Hurricanes.